In the classroom, students were telling about their heroes. It is time for Ronnie. Ronnie started telling the story of his hero Hachiko. Everyone called Hachi the mysterious dog because nobody knew where it came from. Hachi maybe escaped from a shelter, maybe it jumped out of someone's car. Somehow Hachi has disappeared. Ronnie's grandfather, Mr. Wilson, found Hachi at the train station, and that's how their story began. Professor Mr. Wilson took Hachi to the station attendant. He wanted the dog to stay there until the owner arrived, but the station attendant refused. Mr. Wilson had to take Hachi home, but his wife didn't want a dog at home. Mrs. Wilson took a picture of Hachi. She wanted the owner to be found immediately. Mr. Wilson asked everyone he knew to take care of Hachi, but nobody accepted. Although Mr. Wilson was banned, he put Hachi on the train and had to take him to work.
The dog was at the ballet dance and then he goes with his owner at someone. The dog had a Japanese sign on his collar that man said that the name on the sign is Hachi. Then they found some information about him. His wife decided that they are gonna adopt him. One day his owner needed to go at work and he follows him, then the owner missed the train and brought him back home. It starts with Hachiko waiting in front of the train station for Parker just before the train arrives. On the next day, Parker lets Hachiko go with him to the train station. This becomes a daily routine for them. One day, Parker doesn't see Hachiko standing in front of the train station, so he gets worried. He goes home and sees Hachiko barking at a skunk. They try to catch the skunk but fail and both get skunked. When Parker's wife gets home, she finds them in the tub trying to wash off the smell.
On the day, Parker learned that his daughter was pregnant and she was very happy. And one day his wife returned home and they were celebrating and laughing loudly. And on the side of the room, there is the sad dog to see its owner laughing with someone else. The next day, Parker went to work, but the dog, contrary to his habit, didn't come after him, and this shocked everyone. But the biggest shock for Parker is that the dog came with the ball that Parker was trying so hard to teach him to pick it up. On a sad day, Parker had a heart attack, which resulted in his death. Hachi kept waiting for him in the usual place without food and water for days on end, which led to his death.
My sequence begins with the funeral of Hachi's owner. The dog moves with the owner's daughter in a new location. Soon after this, he runs back at the familiar places he was used to. Take shelter under a train and in front of the building the owner worked. The new owners find him and take him home again, but lets him loose to wander wherever he wants. He goes back to the building where the old owner used to work and waits for him endlessly. A journalist noticed the dog and asked a local man for permission to write the dog's story and takes photos of Hachi.
Parker, who was Hachi's owner, died and was buried. The dog was so sad it felt that its friend may not return back and something bad happened to him. For Hachi, this man was not just the owner of the dog, no, but he was the dearest person to it. The faithful dog didn't leave his friend even when he is dead. The relatives of the dead man took Hachi to the house, but it ran away and refused to stay at home. Hachi was looking for his friend. He was waiting for his friend to come back again. Every day during many years, the dog was standing in the train station in the same place it was used to wait some. Same place it was used to wait for its friend. All people admired this dog, love for his owner. They gave it food and water. The magazines and the business wrote about Hachi and its loyalty to his friend. Several years later, Hachi died, but its name and his owner owner's name became immortal forever.